Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the next game in the series between Kaiserklein and Knuschelbär. Spawning in the south of the map is Kaiserklein, on his world-famous Germans, and his opponent spawning in the north of the map, Knuschelbär, playing as the Inca. I know there's a lot of fans out there of the native civs. If you're expecting to see the Inca, I'd be incredibly surprised. I thought this was going to be Sweden. A lot of you guys probably thought it was going to be Sweden as well, but we do see Inca coming out on this map in this matchup, so probably going to be expecting a little bit of a pocket strategy coming out from Knuschelbär. I would expect that maybe we see him take this trade post, maybe potentially even take this trade post. Oh, that was a bit of a lag. I think I might need to restart my game. What do you guys think? Do I need to quickly restart my game? Did you guys see that lag just coming in right then? We're still at the beginning of the game, 36 seconds. Let's take a quick vote. One coming in. I see a 1 so far. 2 1s. Isn't this game 1 run back? I'm just gonna restart. We're just restarting the game. A little bit of lag being picked up there. All right, and we head back into my library to go and wait for this one to stop. When this one stops, then we can go in. Interesting. I can't believe an Inca choice on that map. Okay, so I reckon he's probably going to be doing like the 3 Tambo Travois and like going for a bit of early aggression and then trying to just take control of Stagecoach. Really prevent Kaiserklein from realizing that. He's got Germany as well, so he kind of wants a trading post. All right, let's do it. Game 6. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second attempt at Kaiserklein versus Knuschelbär. Game number 5. Game number 5? Game number 6. Apologies, game number 6. We are on the map Dakota. Spawning in the south of the map is indeed Kaiserklein on his world-famous Germans. And in the north of the map is Knuschelbär playing, Knuschelbär playing as the Inca. Inca start with a llama. Unlike most civilizations, and as a result, you can use this to scout in the early game, which we see Knuschelbär is doing. At the same time, he's got his explorer in the north of the map, picking up a couple of interesting treasures so far. We've got the 70 food, an XP treasure that's really not of any use, and another 80 food treasure. So definitely going to see, expect to see the Incan explorer. Oh, sorry, let me just quickly fix up my my sensitivity, because my sensitivity has gone wild. There we go, much better. And we see the Incan player preparing to macro for a big button. So the Incan big button at the house is what we're expecting to see. I'm very, very curious to see what we've got in store for this game. Oh man, I'm looking forward to this. Incan Explorer now doing a bit of a loop around, just making sure to check all treasures or resources before coming back. Going to be taking this 70 food treasure. Let's go check on the south side of the map, see what is happening. Kaiserklein just picking up a 70 food treasure as himself. A nearly mature bear cub that you can tame is also available, scouting out the native trading post as well. Kaiserklein, interestingly, not opting to go for a trading post at this point, doing a market start, putting this market very, very forward. In very curious placement. And take a look at these trees. Is it just me, or do these trees seem like a really nice natural choke point that's currently going down? I like that. Let's take a look at the north side, see what's going on. Sorry. I just realized. Kaiser is now going for this treasure. Looks like he gets a pretty good shot off. Nice little bounce back that we do see. Shooting it towards the treasure, but it looks he's got to be very careful of this pond right here. Because with this pond, he can very easily get a reset, and just making sure that he avoids getting that reset. And there, the bear resets right on the outside of just that tiny little gap. That was what the bear reset in. Now we see the 2 settler wagons being sent in. Kaiserklein looks like he's, I don't think he was expecting, oh no, never mind, it does seem that he's got his crack shot up. So we remove the fog of war, and we go in for the second minute of the game. We've got Kaiserklein, who has sent in his 2 settler wagons, now with Gentle Pete, out on the map, out roaming, big Gentle Pete, and not quite as big as Jerome is, not quite as scary as Jerome, but definitely just as cuddly. Take a look at that guy. Isn't he? Look at that beautiful sheen on his coat that he's got right there. I love Gentle Pete. And I hope you guys like him too. Now we've got on the north side of the map Knuschelbär taking out an 80 food treasure. So looking pretty good from him. He also got this food treasure at this spot, but now we've got Kaiserklein also opting for a tomahawk treasure. So really just tackling any treasure he can find along the way, building up a bit of a Pokemon army here. He's going to be able to have the Gentle Pete, which is taking out the wolves, and then he's also going to be able to capture the tomahawk. So definitely making the right decision. Going to be able to siege early buildings from the opponent, and he's also going to be able to potentially harass any villages that are a little bit too far out. But we now see Knuschelbär is entering into the second age. He's got transition. The chief is in queue, and he's got 10 villages that have moved over onto the onto wood. Looks like he's actually moving all of his villages over onto wood now at this point. And one of the villages is going to herd in the hunt. And I suspect that we're going to be seeing a trading post getting dropped down very soon. One of the things that Knuschelbär is going to be very aware of is that there's a pet army coming out from Kaiserklein. So he's really trying to be careful with this explorer. And we see Kaiserklein is 100% on the ball. He knows what is up. He's saying, no, you're not going to take that trading post. You want to take that trading post? Fine. You're going to lose your explorer. Or at least I'm going to do a lot of damage to it. So you're not going to be able to get this down. And instead opting to drop canches. I'm curious if this was part of his game plan initially, or whether he's now just doing this as a result. No, it looks like he's indeed heading out. I would suspect he's going to be putting this trading post down very soon. I don't think he's going to be able to get it up before the chief arrives, though. I think he might have hit the money, the timing on it perfectly. But if we go and have a look at Kaiserklein's side, he does have a trading post of his own that is going up currently. And in base, definitely macroing through a transition with a quartermaster age up on the way. And Knuschelbär beginning to harass this explorer and saying, damn you, I was going to build a trade post and you came and harassed me, and now I'm going to harass you. And now heading back towards his base for reasons unknown at the moment. But undoubtedly, there's probably a feast that's being put on. Oh my gosh. You guys see what I see? Is he going to do what I think he's going to do? Is he going to do... He's going to do what he did in the first game. If I remember correctly, this was the same matchup in the first game. And he was successful with a tower rush. So I suspect he's probably going to be going for the tower rush again. Definitely not going to be seeing a forward stable. We know that much. And we see the forward barracks instead. So a little bit of a different build here. Not opting for the tower rush. Steel traps is now going into queue. We've got the 2 war huts that are looking very beautiful. A lovely semicircle that we've got going on here. Really, really nice. Going to be hard to get Ulans in here. There's a little bit of a gap in the wall here. A little bit of a gap between these two, but you're not going to be running your Ulans through here. It's more about this. Can't probably place a little bit too far out, but other than that, looking very nice. Looking shiny. And another Tomahawk treasure being picked up by Kaiserklein. That's a lot of Tomahawks today. That's a huge amount of Pokemon that he's got in the early game, and it really enables him, just as a result, to be commanding when it comes to this first age and even in the early second age. Now, a bit of interesting, I guess, dynamics that we see here is that this barracks has been scouted, but the shipments that Kaiserklein is sending behind this, well, he just sent 3 settler wagons. He's just going greedy. He's just being his normal self. He's just, he's doing exactly what he thought he was going to be doing. And I guess the question is, how does Noosh respond to this? Because at the moment, Noosh is going to go 600 wood. He's massing units in his base. He's got 1, 2 war huts. Hasn't taken any trading posts at the moment. But this pet army, or Pokemon army, as well as the crossbows, moving in now just to prevent any villages that are in this area. Just say, hey, just get back. Just stay back. This is my time to shine. And now moving towards the south of the map. Let's go check and see what Kaiserklein is up to. He's got 700 wood on the way. So going for that more semi-FF build. I expect that after this, we're going to potentially see a 700 coin coming out of Kaiser. And moving in behind the canches, as I did say, that this hole here does appear a little bit too big, and as a result, it means the first villager is going to go down from Knuschelbär. The second villager looks like it's going to go down as well. It does indeed go down. So Knuschelbär losing 2 villagers there as a result of having this hole in the wall. Now, don't get me wrong. There's probably other places that you can walk through it, but this hole looks very inviting to me as a German player. I see that hole, and I'm like, oh my lord. For me, you shouldn't have. And that's exactly what happens, and 2 villages go down as a consequence. So now we've got Let's have a look how many we've got. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 12 out of 13 cancer houses being placed down now. And we see that behind this... Oh no, no, Kaiser. Kaiser, no. Don't shift click your Explorer, Kaiser. Didn't anybody tell you, Kaiser, that the definitive edition is bugged? You have to shift it, you have to send him back. It's not built, Kaiser. Oh no. He's probably sent him over. Where has he sent him? He's shift clicked him somewhere. He's shift clicked him to walk where? I can't even see where he's sent it to walk. Oh my gosh. You poor guy. Ah. Gosh, Kaiser. You and me both, buddy. You and me both. Looks like another cancer going down at the front here. The Explorer for the Inca is an absolute tank. 207 HP currently. I believe he's in cover mode. That's probably... Yeah, he's in cover mode. That's why he's tanking so much damage at the moment. Yeah, okay, so that's where Kaiser sent his Explorer. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. And going 600 wood now instead. And now dropping this one down, realizing, deleting this. No, he hasn't deleted it. He hasn't realized yet. I thought he deleted it because I was holding onto it. You can look, it looks exactly the same. But then when I removed my cursor off it, it's back. He's taken all 4 trading posts, but now realizing sending that villager out. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised. It is Kaiserklein, so probably thrown his keyboard out the window in the middle of the match. Probably onto his backup keyboard now. Dropping that second racks down, so really committing to the second age here. I do like this play from Kaiser. Instead of opting to go to the third age, he is instead playing in the second age. Sending instead of the 700 coin, sending that 600 wood that we very rarely see German players send. So it's great to see. I reckon if I was going to give a percentage, I would probably say that I would see 600 wood coming out from German players about 1% of the time. And this just happens to be one of those games. And now we've got the Jungle Bowmen moving out into great position. Jungle Bowmen are incredibly strong in this early second age, primarily because they're just a very quick unit. They've got 4.5 movement speed, and compare that to, say, the Crossbowmen, which is on 4 movement speed. Well, they're just much quicker. Very easy to micro. This trading post almost going up, about halfway built. Stagecoach has now arrived. We saw that happen in the as it happened. Missing a couple of passes as a result, but undoubtedly Knsuchelbär recognizing that and immediately coming down to try and ward off any potential explorer that may be building a trade post. But he's come in just a few seconds late. Just a few seconds late. If this batch had come in just 5 seconds earlier, they would have had him. They would have had him 100%. So unfortunate to see, but at the end of the day, Kaiserklein is just that little bit ahead, and that's really what happens. But now the mass begins moving out. I love this cute little wall that we've got. Really, Kaiserklein has been walling a lot in this series, and I like seeing it. The lower Jungle Bowman, or the low ELO Jungle Bowman, the low health Jungle Bowman being picked off there. And now we've got Kaiserklein moving into a bit of a battle. Let's see if we've got any reinforcing troops. Nothing really. Siege down to a 925 health at this point. The Explorer standing still, so he regenerates his health. And another batch coming in. So 2 batches. We've got pikes. We've got crossbows. Both coming in. Crossbows doing a bit of work. The crossbows now trapping in one of the Ulans, keeping him in, saying, you know what, you're not allowed to go in because all of your friends went in. They died straight to the Plume Spearman. We're going to keep you back. And as a result, you're going to be able to get onto the enemy Explorer and take him down with a nice big swing. And that's exactly what he does. Now pikes are moving on the backside. Curious what he's going to be able to achieve with his pikes. I guess at the moment, the pikes are just really going to enable him to guarantee that any Chimu runners that do come in are just going to be very quickly, very hastily defeated. And now we see an interesting card. We see the Silversmith. So I want to talk a little bit about the Silversmith because the Silversmith card is one that has been risen to prominence in the definitive edition. And the reason why is because it has been changed. So in the original game, Silversmith provided a 20% bonus to your work rate for mines. But in the definitive edition, it provides that 20%, and it also provides a gather yield increase for mines. So you might be wondering, well, what does that mean, Drongo? It means this mine over here of 2,000 coin is actually going to be 2,400 coin. So that if you were to mine this 100% in your bank, instead of having 2,000 coin, you'd have 2,400 coin. So you get more coin out of your coin mines. On top of that, every single one of our trade posts are on coin. Germany is a civilization that really likes coin. It needs coin badly. And an amazing tanking explorer right here, throwing out his spear. Kaiserklein moving into a pretty dominant position though. The Chimus, the Chimus, there are no Chimus. And that's simply because Knsuchelbär has just really been pushed back. A very small mass from Knsuchelbär. A lot bigger than a lot smaller than I thought it would be at this time. Jungle Bowman He's got... Looks like he's got... Oh my god! Knuscha's reached the 3rd age. I didn't even see that. I must have been in the home city when that happened. I didn't even realize. He's reached the 3rd age. And so now he's got the upgrade coming through. I'm not sure why it's being reflected as a jungle bowman, or why that's not showing on the UI. Actually, it was showing on the UI. I just saw it then. But we've got 9 Chimmy runners on the way as well. So the equivalent of Hussar units, those Chimmy runners. So some really almost cavalry-esque units. But there's a big massive pikeman at the back, just standing by. And Kaiserklein probably macroing towards that age up, already in queue, going up with the exiled prince. So impressive stuff to see. Now switching over his trade post to wood, and an incredible eco right now at this point for Kaiserklein. Under attack in his base, Explorer down to 49 HP. It's just a wolf though. It's just a wolf, bro. Nothing to be afraid of. So really at this point, I would say that Kaiser definitely feels like, to me, he's in a dominating position. Primarily because he's got 4 TP stagecoach. This is where Noosh wanted to be. Noosh was coming out here. You could see his Explorer was making a beeline for this outpost, or this trading post, but it never went down. Why did it never go down? Because of the power of those Age 1 treasures that Kaiserklein managed to have on his side of the map and picked up. He had a bear cub that he tamed down here. He had another Iroquois warrior, and then probably towards the middle of the map, I didn't see exactly where it was, but there was another one that he picked up. He had 2 tomahawks and Gentle Pete. And I tell you what, Gentle Pete might be gentle, but he's not gentle with the enemy, especially not the enemy Incan Explorer when he's trying to build a trading post. And had Knuschelbär taken this trading post, it would have meant that if he'd taken this trading post, essentially what it would mean is that he can then send his war huts to this trading post, put them down one here, and then he holds this as a forward base. And then from here, it's very easy for him to expand out and maintain dominance. But he wasn't able to do that with it being repelled. But we do now see this trading post is going to be going down, slowly sieged by the jungle bowmen. 9 Ulans are on the way. Do we have veteran Ulans? We don't have veteran Ulans at the moment, but we've got a lot of wood coming in from the trade post, so probably going to have enough in the next maybe 30 seconds. Tell you what, maybe in the next 0.3 seconds. There we go. To research that veterancy upgrade, there it is, coming in just as we see it, or as we say it. And Knuschelbär behind this, also researching elite jungle bowmen. So now we've got the elite jungle bowmen, and we've also got some plume spearmen, but I definitely feel like at the moment, I'm not favoring the Knuschelbär army. I definitely think he is behind, especially if we look at village numbers. We've got 28 villages versus 34 villages, and that's not even including the settler wagons. We've got 8 settler wagons, so that really is close to 42 villages. Another villager going down here. We've lost many villages for Knuschelbär. A huge amount that have gone down. And as a result, it really means that that Kaiser is just able to maintain dominance. He's putting the herd on right now. I think in this position, what do you do as Knuschelbär? Do you ship 2 town center wagons from the home city? Because they do have that card available to them in the 3rd age. Or do you try and push out with your elite jungle bowmen and get a couple of them picked off by your veteran crossbowmen of the opponent? So veteran crossbowmen as well as veteran Ulan. Take a look at the veteran crossbowmen. They have a different attire compared to their non-veteran opponents. Non-veteran friends. Let's just say that much. And so now the Ulans begin sieging the Cantor House. Cantor House goes down. A bit of a hole now, exposed at the front of the base. The pikemen are at the back, just in case there's a bit of a Chimu flank that goes on. Also going to be sieging the Cantor House. I think that at this point, Kaiserklein definitely seems very far ahead. He's up 7k score. Chimmy runners are being created. We've got 8 plume spearmen coming in as well, but a huge mass of crossbowmen as well as skirmishers. Let's have a look how many skirmishers we've got. We've got 21 skirmishers mixed in with 28 crossbows, so essentially 50 units right here. We've got more that's being trained. We've got war wagons that are coming in potentially as well. And I don't feel like at this point in the game, or at this point, that Kaiserklein has ever really been challenged. He's always maintained very good control throughout the game, and really had quite a strong victory. Idle Vills now being picked up. We've got a raid on the bottom side. Chimmy runners almost killing a settler wagon, but settler wagons obviously having a lot more health than a standard villager. 405 health, are able to survive a lot longer. But at the same time, if they get shot down, it's going to be a bit of a problem. And now we've got the war wagons beginning to move in. War wagons on the south side of the map. Villagers potentially going to be getting caught by Knusch, but Knusch sends them in the other direction. So well played by him. Also, we've got the fight that continues to ensue on the front line. We've got 21 crossbows and 22 skirmishers. So the mass is beginning to dwindle, but not a lot, not a significant amount. And these Chimus are still being chased by the Ulans. 6.5 speed versus 6.75, so they're not going to have to worry about losing sight of them. And this mass is just really overwhelming. We've got 17 range versus the 20 range of the skirmisher, and I think that's really what's going to be doing it for him. Chimmy Runner's still being chased over on the right-hand side by the Ulans, but down to 5. Take a look at this macro. This is why you need those wonderful. This is why you need those mercenaries in your deck, so that when you miss macro, you can be like, I wasn't miss macroing. I was actually just getting ready to send my Black Riders in. And that's exactly looking like what's going to be happening. Kaiserklein still pulling ahead in score, up 7k. Chimmy Runners now taking down a villager, giving him a little bit of the blunderbuss in the face. This villager will undoubtedly go down, but this Chimmy Runner won't be long for the world either. And now we've got a large mass of Ulans, 15 Ulans being chased away by the Chimmus. 23 Chimmus, that's a significant amount of Chimmus. The Chimmus are going to be moving into position. There's not a lot of anti-cavalry at this point. Pikemen are up on the north side, sieging away. But the Chimmus just kind of stand and look and question as to whether they want to go in or not. And I tell you what, they probably should have done that. It looks like they do manage to get the snares though, but the pikes going in also underneath the cavalry. War wagons on the back line, being able to take these out. How many Chimmus have we got? We've got down to 13 Chimmus, but they're doing quite well. The Chimmy Runners especially. How many Chimmus? Chimmus are really the star of the show in this game. But a large mass of skirmishers still being able to hold. And it looks like Kaiserklein is going to be able to take this one out. Knushelbär definitely feels like he's quite behind. We also see some bolus warriors coming in. I don't know how I feel about bolus warriors. I'll say that much. No, you know what? I do know how I feel about bolus warriors. I don't like them, even though they do snare with their ranged attack. See that? They're actually snaring with their ranged attack. Oh my god, maybe I don't know how I feel about bolus warriors. Look at them. They're snaring with their ranged attack, guys. Look at this. They get it off and then they snared. Wait, see? Oh, they got picked off. Never mind. I think they also count as heavy infantry, so they kind of get countered by skirms. But nonetheless, we see a town center heading down on the north-hand side of the map. Behind this, 32 villagers. No town center going down for Knushelbär at the moment. But a Chasky getting picked off by a couple of villagers, getting butted in the face with their rifles. Pretty large mass of war wagons, I'd say. Up to 8 war wagons. No further war wagons in queue, but making a double batch of veteran skirmishers. We've only got a single crossbowman and 8 skirms. So it definitely went a lot more even than I thought it would. But I feel like at this point, Kaiserklein is just so far ahead. He's got both of his town centers, probably going to be working overtime. He's got a beautiful hunt up here. He's got complete map control. Go take a look at Kaiser's perspective. Absolute dominance when it comes to map control. And now we see more Chimmy Runners running out towards this town center, going to be scouting it. Curious as whether we're going to see a response from Knuschelbär, whether he moves out in that direction or not, or whether he just... He's got his units are down sitting here. He's got Harakas out though. That's what we like to see. Harakas are great. I don't know if they're really that great against Germany, and now we've got the Jaegers that have arrived. Well, you might have been worried about the skirmishers. You might have been worried about the crossbows, but I tell you right now, you don't need to be worried about the Jaegers. These guys are absolute tanks, and Germany especially gets more than any other civilization when they ship them in, with the exception of the British, who has to pay a little bit more, but they get them. So now we've got this trading post going down to the Harakas. 20 range, 40 siege. Oh, sorry, 24 range, 46 siege. Chimmy Runners managing to take down a settler wagon, looking like they actually took down 2 settler wagons here. So really doing quite well with the focus firing. How many settler wagons do we actually have left? Let's see if we can go find one. These Chimmys are just going to be chased away, 6.5. But we've also got more Chimmy Runners down here on the south side. Chimmy Runners absolutely everywhere. No Chimmy Runners yet on the north side. But just really running him around the map. And this is exactly what you need to do as when you're playing Inca. So I'll expect that we probably see some walls up very soon. I'd like to see like just a wall across here, a wall across here. Really makes it a little bit easier to try and contain this pressure that comes in. Maybe another wall across like this, or a wall up here. Because look, we're just going to see these Chimmy Runners constantly sent out. Baraka's now moving to see the second trading post, getting sniped down by the skirmishers. But the main counter to Chimmy Runners is just an attack to the face. And that's exactly what's happening. Kaiserklein looking like he's just going to go and attack the face of Knuschelbär. Won't be the first time he's doing it today. But we've still got these raids going on without a Dragoon unit. So while they do have war wagons, they've only got 6 movement speed. What you could be doing is picking up the potential Kamash. And so now we've got more raids happening down to the south. More raids over here. We've got the Chimmy Runners on this coin mine, really preventing a lot of mining to be going on. And now the War Chief going down after building that trading post. These war wagons just simply not able to keep up with the Chimmy Runners. That's the primary issue that they've got. War wagons do very well against larger cavalry, and we do indeed have the walls. A beautiful wall coming in here from Kaiser. This is exactly what I like to see. These are what I call wallless pillars. This is where you just build a whole bunch of pillars. And it just looks marvelous, doesn't it? Look at it. This villager actually going in. He's gonna... So, I think there might be a little bit of a misclick right here. I know that we've got a fight going on, but I'm more curious about this villager. We've got an Incan fort that's going to be going down, and this villager has now been picked up, going to be being retasked back to the wall. I tell you what, I don't know how this wall managed to get up. Probably a little bit too high of an APM and just hasn't realized. This fort wagon is going to get down. No real siege in the area though. We do have the war wagons that are moving up here. It does take 40 seconds for this fort to go up, but I do not think it's going to be long for the world because these Ulans here are really going to turn this fight around. I'm just kidding. There's no fight. It's just a whole bunch of Ulans killing things. And so now Kaiser is moving towards the north of the map. Kaiser really just showing dominance at this point. More Harakas that are sieging down this trading post, really fighting over this trading post and fighting for control of this trading post. And the fort now going up in a position that ideally isn't where you want to be putting it. You wanted to be putting it up here. This was a great spot, but not able to get it out. And to be honest, I'm looking at this game and I'm saying to myself, I really think that that Knusch is in a difficult spot. He's down 8k score now. The gap just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Harakas are out. Are they going to get one shot? First one gets downed. Second one gets downed. How much health on that? 150. That's going to get downed as well. Just absolutely no time to contest. But now we see the Explorer's up. He is awake. And a bit of a tussle happening on the north side of the map. It looks like the Chimney Runners are coming in, but going to be picked off by the Jaegers. Enough of a veteran Ulan mass here that the Chimney Runners probably don't want to engage with this. Just going to double check inside the home city, see if the elite Chimney Runners has been sent. It has not been sent. They do not have Chimney Runner support. So when you ship this card, you're going to be able to snare, but without sending that card, you cannot snare with your Chimney Runners. So it hasn't been sent yet. Looks like we might be having a push heading into position. And the fort. Oh no, watch out for the fort, my friend. This fort is notorious. It will kill your entire army. Be careful, Kaiserklein. I know you think you're in a great position, but you got to be real careful. You got to be so careful, my friend. You're very fortunate. There's no units inside here. There's just 13 villagers. But I don't think they're going to be buffing the attack the same way that military units would be buffing the attack up. At this point, we're not doing too bad. I think that Kaiserklein is definitely in a commanding position, though. And taking out... I think that was just one of the plumed spearmen, killing it with like all of his Jaegers as well. And really just looking like he wants to put the nail in the coffin. He said he's had enough. He's got a huge, massive veteran Ulans. Let's check and see how many he's got. He's got 38 veteran Ulans. Is that even legal? How do you make 38 veteran Ulans and not finish a game? That's 36. He's got 72 population of Ulans right now. And Kaiserklein really just trying to ditch, trying to buy time. But it's not going to be enough. Kaiserklein... Oh, sorry, Knuschelbär is just too far behind at this point. But he is chasing him. Look at these Ulans coming in and say, yo, boy, you want some of this? Come get it. We don't have any walls yet on the south side of the map. But we do have Chimus. Kaiserklein saying, just quit. I implore you. Oh, the BM coming out from Kaiserklein. Absolutely dumpstering him. Oh, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. Oh my gosh. And speaking of just quitting, it looks like these settlers are going to be quitting from the coin mine. Oh my gosh. Knuschelbär calls GG and doesn't quit. He just calls GG. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, I think it might be the end of the game right here. Something tells me that it will be. You really should shut up for 20 minutes at least. Oh, the smack talk is real. Guys, if the stream goes down right now, just know it will be back up very shortly. I don't know why Age of Empires is doing it, but it is doing it at the moment. But oh my god, doesn't that feel so good watching that? Oh.